many teas do you guys have?
317. And
Just a few to choose from.
Yeah, just a couple. We'll have even more as the weather gets cooler and we get into the holiday season, which is coming pretty quickly. But yeah, 317 right now.
Wow. And I mean, let me tell you, you have not tried iced tea until you've tried the teas, or tea of any kind, the teas at Fava Tea Company, because they are packed full of flavor. They're amazing. I mean, you don't need the sodas or the sweetened drinks. It's because it's, you know, all that great flavor without the sweetness.
And it's funny you say that, Amy. I would say I probably had 20 people say to me in the past week, I've given up soda, I've switched over to tea, I don't miss it, I feel better, and it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
And just, they have walls of teas that you can choose from, and as Melissa said, lots to sample from. And because today's show is all about melons, tell me about the tea you brought today.
The first one we're going to start with today is we're gonna hip up our honeydew melon. Before I do that though, and we'll come back to this, I just got to get this little guy started here.
Okay, now what are we doing?
What we're doing here is we're going to pack a punch with sweet melon. That's sort of our second one here. But I'm going to hot brew some iced tea in here, so we're just going to make it concentrated. Then I'm going to add some cold water, and then I'll show you what we'll do with that one. But before we get there, I just wanted that one to sit a little bit.
Amazing. What kind of tea do you use for that?
That one right there is Paradise Punch. Ooh. So it's an herbal tea, and look at that blend. Isn't that incredible?
It smells, I mean, it just smells amazing. It's something different from, you know, lemonade in the summer, which is so sweet sometimes, and when it's really hot, sometimes you need something to quench your thirst without all that sweetness.
Exactly.
So, all right,
so that's our
we'll
Paradise
let that
Punch.
hang out with the hot brew there.
But what I wanted to do with this one, and this was sort of an inspiration from our last segment. We talked about our Ceylon pitchers, and I talked about cold brewing. So what I did last night was I cold brew the honeydew melon white tea.
Okay.
That's what we have in this pitcher right now.
See, the teas that they sell at Fava are loose teas, and so much different than the teas that you'd see in, you know, you find in the little tea bag in the grocery store.
Exactly. Yeah, that would never fit in the little tea bag. That's the whole full leaf tea, which is so much different than the lowest grade tea possible that you get in the grocery store.
And you don't need as much, and then you just have to, Melissa will help you in different ways to brew it, because you can either put it in your own tea bags, or you can get some of these great pitchers. All right, so this is the...
So that's the honeydew melon white, and that's got a silver needle base to it, and then there's actually honeydew melon blossoms. That's what's blended with it. That's what gives it its
really
flavor.
Light and refreshing.
Exactly.
Not too sweet. Okay.
Well, like I said, from our last segment, this was sort of my inspiration, because, you know, sometimes you have fruit that maybe has a day or two left. You don't necessarily know if you're going to eat it or if somebody in the house is. So why don't you use it as an accessory?
That's a great idea.
You
decorate, add a little flavor.
Exactly. And this would go wonderful with the salsa that you just made.
With that,
and that jerk tenderloin. Oh yeah, I said I'm going to have to sample that before I leave, because that smelled heavenly.
This is, Melissa, what you normally would put the loose tea in, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've already brewed it. We've let the tea, do its thing in there.
Right.
And now we're just going to fill it up with the melon.
Now you're sitting out on your patio and you're relaxing because the kids are finally down for a nap, or your company is over, and you're just going to slide that little guy right back in there, and there you go.
How pretty is that?
How beautiful is that?
And it looks, and it's also going to add that little bit extra melon flavor.
Sweetness.
That's
right.
Can I taste a little bit of that?
Oh, please, absolutely, let's.
Looks so good. You know, I think we're all trying to give up soda and, be a little healthier, and this is an easy way to do it. Ooh, is that good?
Wouldn't you think it was a soda? I mean, wouldn't you think that just because the sweetness of it, the taste of it, you would think that it's almost unnatural, you know?
No sugar at all, just that little bit of sweetness from that little bit of melon. And I'm assuming you could put that melon in there the day before and really even pump it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Not that you need to, but that is great. I have to have another sip.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Really, really good.
So, okay, well, while we were talking about, hipping up our honeydew there, I started this one. This one's our Paradise Punch.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now here is I'm just going to pour the cold water in.
The hot water basically gets it going? Is that what it does?
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah. So it just sort of accelerates things. Now what I'm doing is pouring up to our fill line here.
Is this one of the favorites? I can tell, because it's really... This would be maybe the first tea to start if you're giving up soda, because it really does have that. It's full of flavor and the color and everything.
So now we're going to take this, and we've diluted our tea, so we're at the perfect ratio here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into ice cube trays.
I'm gonna go get some more cups for us.
And one of these pitchers makes approximately 2 ice cube trays.
Oh, that's cool.
And the one thing I learned as I was, as I've been practicing at home with this and some of the things I've done is be very careful not to fill them up too full because it really just takes away from the beauty of the ice cubes once you pull them out of the freezer.
So this is then a great thing to put in your tea, not to dilute it, really
Right.
keep that flavor.
Yeah.
Or a punch or something like that.
Exactly.
Wow. And here
So-
we have them. I mean, look at how gorgeous. Look at
Yeah.
the color on these. Oh, wow.
So this you just stick in the freezer and that's what comes out.
Unbelievable.
So we've got our honeydew melon tea. We are packing a punch with our, this is our sweet melon tea. We're packing a punch with this.
So should I
We're
put a
just
few
gonna-
ice cubes in here?
Perfect. And then, wait till you see how beautiful this
And
is.
this is the one.
And that's the sweet melon. So this is also an herbal tea. All fruits, hibiscus, that's
Look
what
at
gives
that
it
color.
its pretty pink
Wow,
color. Now watch
wow.
this. Isn't this cool?
I think you could get the kids to give up Kool-Aid for this.
Oh yeah, and then you have so many of these left over.
Put 'em right in
So
the
you just
pitcher.
drop these right in the pitcher.
Wow, I gotta taste this one. That is so good, Melissa.
Isn't
Thank
that
you
cool?
so much.
Thank you, Amy.